Hello everyone, Chepandi, Cheputalsu Ledu Kadu guys. Hope I'm audible to all of you. My name is Shubham Sagar and today we'll do Hindu analysis of 3rd October 2025. So good morning Rishi, good morning Jeevayana, and my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me cross check and you people can also confirm whether I'm audible and visible to all of you or not. Yeah, I can hear myself, so I think I'm fine. So my name is Shubham Sagar, sir. Like Shubham Sagar only. Okay, sir is okay. So yesterday I gave you people two questions. Those were easy questions, right? UNESCO headquarter. We have talked about UNESCO. We have talked about Cool Desert Biosphere Reserve. We have talked about so many biosphere reserve. Yesterday was a holiday for Hindu. So what we did, we took the Hindu of Sunday. That is 28th September, and we went through it. And there were so many awesome articles which we did yesterday. Good morning, Anandu. Good morning, Harshini. So, yes, sir. What is the answer of UNESCO's headquarters? Chipandi is fast. Harshini has given the answer. Where is France? MCQ 13, World Network of Biosphere Reserve, WNBR, is a part of which UNESCO program? We have talked about biosphere, we have talked about core zone, buffer zone, transition zone yesterday. We have talked about what basically separates biosphere from national park and wildlife sanctuary in general. We'll have a talk later on also because this is very important. UPSC keeps on asking questions on biosphere reserve some way or the other. Good morning, Mamta. So yes, sir. World Network of Biosphere Reserve is a part of which UNESCO program? Good morning, Gajanan. The answer is Man and Biosphere Program, MAB. Please, guys, revise yesterday's Hindu. If you haven't, you will understand where we are going with this. There were too many environment-related articles yesterday, and environment articles are very important from exam perspective. Very, very, very important. You know how UPSC loves environment. So let's start today's discussion. Let's come back to the present. So first article of the day, page number 7, cost of convenience, health hazard as a side effect of using digital tools. So here we are talking about e-waste, electronic waste, So you have computers, etc. You are discarding them. They are getting converted into e-waste. That's fine. Means that is not fine. That is leading to so many things. And here in e-waste, the government has came up with e-waste management rules 2011. Why that particular e-waste management rules 2011? Government introduced something known as EPR for the first time, extended producer responsibility. That means these producers who are producing these electronic goods, they will be the one who will be discarding them. They have a major responsibility there, EPR, extended producers responsibility, and that has been extended in the EPR rule of 20, means this e-waste rule of 2021. We'll talk about this. There are so many terms which we have to focus on. We will discuss what this article is talking about from mains perspective and then from pre perspective. But there are terms like, see this word, syndemic. You may have heard about pandemic, you may have heard about epidemic, but what is the basic rationale behind the term syndemic? So this is interesting. First thing first. Then when you are talking about these e-waste or electronic waste, what are the materials which are actually released? Lead, mercury, cadmium, etc. Is plutonium released? UPSC has asked multiple PYQs on this e-waste thing, multiple PYQs, not once. So understand one thing, plutonium is a radioactive waste. If you start using plutonium, so to say, in computers, you will be having cancer, guys. Lung cancer, skin cancer, this cancer, that cancer. So plutonium very rarely you cannot find them in electronic waste. So remember these things, these terms, they are actually important, right? Plutonium, strict no when it comes to electronic waste, e-waste. So these are some terms and we'll have a discussion. What are the issues here? What are the good things? So again, what is the good thing of this digital transformation? Rapid digital transformation has happened that has actually enabled us to access education, the thing which we are doing right now. This education access has also happened because of digital revolution. E-governance has happened. People are using Aadhaar, etc. So there are benefits of this digital revolution. E-governance explicitly mentioned in your GS mains paper 2, right? But then what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is this. So even for digital revolution, we have found a disadvantage, e-waste. And India is the third largest generator of electronic waste after China and US. And we'll keep on doubling it. And the sector has to be formalized because we have talked about EPR. The producer who are producing these electronic waste, they should be the one who should be, taking care of it mostly. But this is very informalized, informal sector. And when this is informalized, so then what happens? People become vulnerable. As we have discussed, although no plutonium is involved, but even then lead, mercury, cadmium, these are toxic metals, man. toxic materials. These can lead to different kind of diseases. In China, there was instances of miscarriages which was happening. So this sector has to be formalized and formalized fast. So again, you can see all these data which is written here. Informalization is a major issue. Manual dismantling, open burning, any metal, if you're burning it, it will release toxic waste, right? So health impact of e-waste, respiratory diseases will happen, neurological damage, lead mercury cadmium affects brain development, skin and eye disorders. You can have a look at this. In China, e-waste exposures were linked to miscarriages. So this EPR thing, extended producer responsibility thing, has to be taken very seriously by these companies. Children are particularly vulnerable, and all these things can create something known as syndemic. Now, important term. What is syndemic? Syndemic means when multiple diseases are like, you are suffering from multiple diseases at the same time, and poverty can lead to syndemic. Many people say being rich is not that important, or first become rich and then see all these stuff. If you are poor, you face a lot of issues, including syndemic, occurrence of multiple diseases at the same time, which can happen when you are dealing with these e-waste. You can suffer from, let's say, malnutrition. At the same time, you can also suffer from some respiratory diseases or these kind of diseases. So this is syndemic. So do remember these words: occurrence of multiple diseases at the same time or simultaneously. So this, again, recycling thing will impact marginalized communities, as most of these things does. People who are well off, they are well off, they get away with anything and everything. So e-waste management rules 2020 means 2011 was there, which introduced EPR for the first time. And now we have, in this 2022 e-waste management rule, we want stronger EPR, that producers should take this thing seriously. That, dude, you cannot go for informalization when it comes to e-waste. It leads to so many diseases of so many different kinds. It leads to syndemic. So we have to be serious about it. So it's stronger EPR, mandatory registration, incentives for formalization. But again, 43% of e-waste are officially processed, as you can see here. So informalization is a major issue. Way forward, we have to formalize informal sector. You can have a look at this: strengthen enforcement, whatever were the issues, foster innovation. Maybe we can remove these toxic materials, even lead, cadmium and mercury. It can be minimized to a certain extent. Mass campaigns and e-waste education. And we cannot trade public health for digital progress. Digital revolution should happen, e-governance should happen, everything should happen, but not at the cost of public health of that vulnerable section. And okay, so and you will realize one thing: people who are dealing with these e-waste, there is a trait also. I have told you, people like Safai Karmchari Andolan, they came up with a particular. In the meantime, keep on thinking about what you will write in this mains answer. Safai Karmchari Andolan, when they were talking about manual scavenger, e-waste, people who are dealing with e-waste, they're not actually manual scavenger who are killing the means cleaning the septic tanks. But even in those, like the people who were cleaning septic tanks, manual scavengers, they were mainly from SC/ST community. Same goes here also. When you are dealing with informal people dealing with e-waste management in informal sector, they are mainly from SC/ST strata, vulnerable stratas. We are not saying general people cannot be vulnerable. I am a general, I am a Brahmin. I'm just telling you what different surveys have told us. So now have a look at this particular mains question from examination perspective. Like, what do you think? What will you write here? Digital revolution has brought economic and social benefits, but it has also generated new environmental challenges. So if you look at this particular question, here there are two parts. One is economic and social benefits part, and then the second part is the environmental challenges part. So what you can do, you can first intro, body and conclusion, right? So you can first define rather, what is digital revolution? What do you understand by digital revolution? Use of, computers on a larger scale, and improvement in digital literacy. More and more people are using phone, etc. Digital revolution. Then economic and social benefits you can talk about, as we have discussed. The e-governance has happened, digital literacy has increased, that has plugged the leakages means, if let's say, why people say that do UPI payment and this and that, it can be tracked. All these UPI payment, etc., are example of digital revolution. Earlier everything was in cash cannot be tracked. That can lead to generation of black money. So there are multiple advantages of this digital revolution. Proliferation of education, people living in tier 3 cities, tier 4 cities, they can access high quality education now, right? So all these are good things about the digital revolution. You can talk about it. In economic benefits, you can talk about how now different schemes, they use jam jandan aadhar mobile to plug leakages, etc. In social benefits, you can talk about, the revolutionization of education, etc. But in environmental challenges, you will talk about e-waste. Environmental challenges, you will talk about e-waste, you will talk about respiratory diseases, you will talk about informalization. So all these are mainly environmental challenges is the e-waste part, and how it is also polluting environment. Metal, these lead, cadmium, mercury, they are like, even though they are not plutonium, but they have a significant impact. So that's how you will divide your answer into different parts. Do try this particular answer. So intro part, digital revolution; body part, what are the benefits, economic, social, governance. You can divide it like this. Even the governance part, digital India, e-governance and citizen services, you can either put them in economic and social dimensions as well. It's totally your call. And then what? And please, sir and ma'am, challenges e-waste surge, third largest generator of e-waste. Health impact, environmental impact, informal recycling sector hazards. Have a look at this. I'm not reading it. I was supposed to tell you something. I just forgot. Okay, I will tell you when I will remember it. So you can have a look at these points. They are important. E-waste is very important. UPSC has asked multiple questions on e-waste. So let's see MCQ 1. And use option elimination, guys. It's a very important topic. Make proper notes on e-waste. Very important. Why it is important? Because it is dealing with e-waste. It is, so science and tech is also involved, environment is also involved, and then you have e-waste rule, governance is also involved. So multiple paper, mains paper 2 governance, S&T environment paper 3, so they have multiple impact, multiple regions, health, so GS2. So again, you can understand why this topic becomes so important. It acts as a link between different subjects. So Harshini, Hannah, Mamta, all of you have given the answer of this particular question. Rishi, Anandu, Jivayan. So we know increased risk of radioactive contamination. Plutonium you cannot use, man. This is used in radioactive substance. This is just, it will kill you instantly, or even if not, it will, you will die a slow death. You cannot use plutonium in e-waste, man. That's a strict no-no. So eliminate 4. You're left with A, 1, 2, and 3 as stated by Harshini, Hannah, Mamta, Rishi, Anandu, Gajanan, and Jivayan. Very good. PYQ2 asked by UPSC in 2019. In India, EPR was introduced as an important feature in which of the following? Plutonium cannot be used in e-waste because plutonium is radioactive. It will kill you. It will cause cancer. So plutonium is avoided. Strict no. So eliminate plutonium. You will get the answer. So Harshini, Jivayan, Anandu, all of you have given the answer. Extended producer responsibility, EPR. I have told you time and again multiple times in this article that it was an important feature of e-waste rule 2011, and even in e-waste rule 2022 they are talking about stricter implementation of this EPR rule. Producers should be handling their electronic waste. PYQ3 asked by UPSC in 2020, 2013 rather. So who answered it? Second question, Harshini, Jivayan, Anandu, Rishi, Gajanan, Hannah, Mamta, Rashi. Very good, yeah. So PYQ3, due to improper, indiscriminate disposal of old and used computers or their parts, which of the following are released into the environment as e-waste? Beryllium, cadmium, chromium, heptachlor, mercury, lead, or plutonium? So what is the answer, guys? Use option elimination here. So Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Anandu, all of you have given the answer. We know plutonium is a strict no-no. Plutonium cannot be used, as e-waste or in computers, etc. It's a radioactive material. It will cause cancer of different kinds. So you have to eliminate 7. If you eliminate 7, you will get the answer. The answer is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Beryllium, cadmium, chromium, mercury, and lead. Very good. Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Anandu, Rashi, Mamta Jeevayan. Cool. Next article of the day, page number 8, editorial, changing the frame. So this time our monsoon has been better. Now, if you have to think about better monsoon, 8% more monsoon rains from exam perspective, mains perspective, so what are the good things? So better monsoon means productivity will be high of kharif crops. Now, guys, what is the mnemonic for kharif crops? I have told you earlier. Gajanan has also given the answer. Cool. So, what is the answer for kharif means? What is the mnemonic, guys? How many times we have done this thing? Almost 2000 or 3000 times up until now. So mnemonic for kharif crop. So better monsoon, better yield, better crop production. Awesome. So this is a good thing. We'll talk about different like oil seeds, rice production. It has increased. So this is a good thing about better monsoon. The bad thing, you have seen it in Punjab. I was witnessing it in Himachal, Uttarakhand, flash floods, this and that, cloud burst, all. But again, this article is saying that from different regions, people talked about cloud burst. But apart from Tamil Nadu, from where Harshini is, there were not too many cloudbursts. People don't know much difference between cloudburst and normal rainfall. We have to understand that there are certain meteorological criteria which has to be satisfied if a particular event has to be called a cloudburst. So again, from exam perspective, very Jivain is such a good girl. So the mnemonic for Kharif crop is Kubama ki tu. Hey, what happened here, guys? Sometimes I do anything and everything. Okay, so I have told you people don't forget these stuff, guys. We have seen multiple UPSC PYQs on Kharif and Rabi crops mnemonic. Kubama ki tu jori, cotton, bajra, maize, tur, jowar, rice. So this is for Kharif crop. What is the mnemonic for Rabi crops, guys? And solve those UPSC PYQs which we have discussed. So India received 8% more monsoon rainfall. From maize perspective, positive and negative. Positive, see this. Kharif crop showing increased, total area shown increased by 15 lakh hectares. You may feel like UPSC is not concerned with numbers. These numbers will help you substantiate your mains answer. So sometimes you need some numbers. Rice cultivation grew, pulses on oilseed also show similar growth trends. So this is a good thing. Good, good, good. Bad thing, flooding and damage. So everything has a. Today we'll talk about one particular initiative in China. Again, it will look like an awesome initiative, but even that has a disadvantage, and that's what you people as civil servant has to understand. Everything has a positive and negative thing, and that's why you can never make everyone happy because you're not Rajma Chawal. Same thing will go with policies as well. So flooding and damages. August, September, flooding happened in these regions. Villages were submerged, landslide, land erosion, siltation. So these points you can make a diagram like this, negatives, and then you can write points, landslide, flood, blah, blah, blah. So we have seen both the impact. But, editorial is saying that, bro, use rainwater harvesting, channelize water properly. In one region you have surplus, other region is having drought at the same time. Not done, man. Use like we can use rainwater harvesting, right? Plus, people take drought forecasting more seriously than flood forecasting or rain forecasting. If I say, and you may have seen these messages, right? That rain will happen today, more rain is expected, torrential rain, this rain. We're like, okay, one more message. But if let's say somebody says that Marathwada will face drought, people are like, oh my god, drought. So we have to take even extreme rain forecasting seriously. If we had taken that in Himachal and Uttarakhand, lesser damages would have happened. But again, we don't take it, and this is what is written here. Excess rainfall warnings are treated with less urgency than drought warnings. So this is not correct. Something has to change. Cool. You can have a look at this. Cloud burst misreporting. Now this is the part. This is the technical term which we have to keep in mind. What is a cloud burst? It's a event, like it's a localized event. See this point? It's a sudden intense rainfall over a small area. We have to understand the difference between cloud burst and heavy rainfall. So there are certain criteria. Criteria is nothing. Criteria is plural and criterion is singular, if I'm not wrong. So again, rainfall exceeding 10 centimeter in an hour over a small area. If these conditions are being satisfied, then only it is a cloud burst. It is localized, short-lived, unlike heavy rainfall, which can happen over a longer region for a longer period, right? And heavy rainfall does not have to satisfy these strict criteria. So this editorial is saying that when they looked for these definitions, only some regions in Tamil Nadu, they satisfied this criteria. See, state officials reported several, for exam perspective, remember the 10 centimeter part. They can ask you the definition of cloudburst and how cloudburst is different from, different other types of rainfall. So only Tamil Nadu made the technical definition. In Uttarakhand, Himachal, people felt like it was cloudburst. It was not. It was not satisfying the technical criteria, IMD criteria. Cool. So call for policy change. Article argues for rethinking how excessive rainfall is framed. You know, rainwater harvesting you have to do. You have to treat heavy rain as preventable risk. Don't take it lightly, guys. Don't take it lightly. Policy change also has to be done. So this article is important from geography perspective, also disaster management perspective, also agriculture perspective, also from monsoon perspective. So again, and these are all things, heavy rain is a preventable risk. It's a responsibility of government, and if they're not doing it, it's an abdication of responsibility. You can have a look at this in your free time. I have told you the important things which you have to keep in mind. Now let's solve this particular question, MCQ 4. What is syndemic? Jivayan is such a good girl. Who is a good girl? Jivayan is a good girl. So, and why have other people not remembered these mnemonics? So, mnemonic for Rabi crops, V, Ba, just give me a second. V, Ba, Gram. So, wheat, barley, gram, rapeseed, and mustard. Keep these points in mind, guys. They are important. So, now we are talking about syndemic. Syndemic in public health refers to what? A disease that spread faster due to climate change, co-occurrence of multiple health problems amplified by social and environmental factors, pandemic caused by a single virus, genetic mutations caused by environmental toxins. So as Harshini, Rashi also tried it, Jivayan, Gajanan, Anandu, Rishi, Mamta, all of you have stated it. The answer is B, co-occurrence of multiple health problems. You're suffering from multiple diseases at the same time. Poverty is a major reason for it. So yes, poverty is a curse. Which of the following defines a cloud burst correctly? Rainfall exceeding 100 millimeter in an hour over a small area. Rainfall exceeding 50 millimeter, 100 millimeter, continuous rainfall of more than 24 hours. Any rainfall reported by state authorities. What do you think is the answer? Hannah is Hannah. Hannah. So Hannah, Harshini, Anandu, all of you have stated the answer. Rainfall exceeding 100 in an hour over a small area. That is the basic definition of cloudburst. So Hannah, Harshini, Anandu, Gajanan, Rishi, Mamta, Rashi, and Jiva, and all of you have answered it. Very good, yeah. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. Now, next article. Tamil Nadu finally get RTE funds, right to education. Please, guys, RTI and RTE, they are different. Right to Information Act 2005, Right to Education Act 2009. Remember these. So what was the issue which was happening? So there's another scheme which will be there in this article, which is known as Samagra Shiksha. So we need to know these things. If you're following Tamil Nadu and three language policy thing, you know, national education policy, there are so many terms which are involved here. I've made multiple videos earlier on this whole thing. So I will give you a brief history here. So this three language policy introduced in 1960s, 1970s, there was a prime minister of our, his name was Lal Bahadur Shastri sir. See, this language thing has been going on pre-independence. In 1920, in Congress session, I think Nagpur session it was, I'm not sure. In 1920 Congress session, Congress promised that linguistic reorganization will happen once independence is, you know, attained. And they did linguistic reorganization of their Congress. Like, okay, so it was promised. Then in 1930s, Odisha and Bihar were separated based on the language Odisha Odia. Many people felt like this linguistic reorganization will happen after independence. In 1940s, we got our independence. 1947, it was bittersweet for us because independence came with partition, and we were already divided on the basis of religion. So we did not want ourselves to be divided on the basis of language, and that's why, you know, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, they were initially skeptical about dividing states on the basis of language. And then Potti Ramalu sir, he went on a hunger fast in 1950s, early 1950s. He died, and that's what led to creation of Andhra Pradesh. He was a hero, and we salute him. So Andhra Pradesh was created. You know, linguistic reorganization started, and then other states were also created. Gujarat was separated from Bombay Presidency, Maharashtra was created, blah blah blah. So this thing happened. Then in 1960s, Lal Bahadur Shastri sir, language was a sensitive issue. He said that Hindi is a national language. This led to more protest in southern India. Then Indira Gandhi man came, and she came up with this three language policy. So basically the rationale is, in southern states like Tamil Nadu, let's take an example where this issue was a very big issue. So in southern states like Tamil Nadu, they will, you know, teach English, they will teach Tamil, and as a third language they can teach Hindi or some other language. preferably Hindi. And it was expected that the northern states, or like, Bihar, etc., what they will do, they will teach Bihar, etc., they will teach Hindi, English, and one third language. So now many people believe that center stopped Tamil Nadu's fund under this right to education, which is linked to Samagra Shiksha. You will understand each and everything. Be with me. So Hindi, English, and one South Indian language, maybe Malayalam, Telugu, something like that. But the problem is, okay, so now in the starting of this particular year, um, a kind of thing started happening where central government started imposing Hindi in southern states, including Tamil Nadu. I, I'm just saying what official versions are saying. I have no opinion of my own on this. So Tamil Nadu resisted. They were like, we will not going to implement means Hindi as a third language. I made different videos on this particular issue, and in the comment section, I got responses like, why would we, read Hindi? We can read coding as a third language. You can read German as a third language. It has more, financial benefits than reading Hindi. So it's a very sensitive issue, and it impacted people in more ways than one. So Tamil Nadu was like, we are not implementing Hindi as a third language. Maybe on that pretext or some other pretext, central government has stopped fund of RT to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu went to court, and this was not it. There are some other rationale also. If Tamil Nadu majorly was angry, other states also faced issues related to it. Maharashtra also, there were certain things which happened there. And this is so sad, man, because this Marathi Manush and all those concepts started happening. Again, I'm not going there. This is such a tricky area. I don't want to talk about this. So Tamil Nadu, and there was a guy, his name was P. Chittambaram. You may have heard about him, former finance minister. He said that why Tamil Nadu will implement Hindi as a third language. In northern states like Bihar, I'm from Bihar, so don't kill me, people from Bihar and UP, they were like, in Bihar, UP people are not implementing, even forget about three language, forget about two language, they are implementing one language policy. They're not even having proper teacher to teach English. They're only focused on Hindi. So why should we implement three language policy when in northern states people are not implementing even two language policy? What is the rationale? Center should not have stopped Tamil Nadu's fund. This is wrong on so many levels. Rashi, I just told you three language policy. Also, we have that problem in Karnataka. Exactly. Three language policy means, Hindi, like English, your local language, and a third language has to be taught in your particular state. English, one local language, and a third language. So in southern state, the local language of Tamil Nadu, Tamil, Kannada, and like that, and third language, maybe Hindi or something else. So now there was a new education policy which came into picture in 2020. So they also talked about three language policy. Samagra Shiksha is also talking about three language policy, but NEP 2020 made it optional. They were saying that third language can be any other language. It does not have to be Hindi only, right? But it is felt the way central government was reacting at that point of time, according to different political scholars, I don't have any view, it felt like they wanted to impose Hindi in Tamil Nadu and other regions, and they did not want that. So again, this whole thing happened. Now union government has to release this much amount under right to education component of Samagra Shiksha. Now what is Samagra Shiksha? What is this Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan? See, earlier there were lots of other schemes. You have Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, teachers education. You can see all these things. So there were multiple exams from pre-primary to senior secondary. What is pre-primary, guys? Anybody has any idea? Our Kuvempu also said that three language policy is not good for education. I can understand where you people going with this. Now, you people tell me this. What do you understand by pre-primary? What is pre-primary? So there were multiple schemes: Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, teachers education. All these were subsumed under Samagra Shiksha. So it became an umbrella scheme. Umbrella scheme. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. What is a centrally sponsored scheme? There's centrally sponsored, there's central sector. Centrally sponsored means 100% money will not come from center. It can be 60-40, 70-30, 90-10 based on which kind of states they are dealing with. That is centrally sponsored. In central sector scheme, all the money will come from center. So 1 to 5. So pre-primary includes nursery, LKG, UKG, which we used to say. Now, people, you may have heard these words, LKG and all, UKG. Can you tell me the full form of LKG, UKG? So, okay, let's focus here. So, this is pre-primary. Sarva Shiksha, Rashtriya Madhyamik, teacher education. So, under this Sarva Shiksha, Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, obviously because it is including all the schemes from nursery till class 12, it will also include component of RTE, right to education. So, there was some money, again, this is technical in nature, you don't need to go there, but they had like under, if you're implementing certain things, let's say three language policy, maybe they will give you some money under Samagra Shiksha. And under the provision of, because Samagra Shiksha is an umbrella scheme, some provision of RT also comes under it. But Don't go into the intricacies of all these things. Just remember the basic rationale here. LKG to fourth standard. This is about 3 to 6 years, guys. This pre-primary. Okay. So Tamil Nadu School Education Department announced RTE admission. So what happens in RTE, right to education? So again, it is right to education. So in private school, 25% seats has to be reserved for marginalized children. And yes, as we have discussed, Samagra Shiksha Center provides money to states, and via that, that means states they implement this particular provision. You know, marginalized children, they are there in private school. Maybe they will give some money to these private schools so that these children study in these schools. But that was not happening because Tamil Nadu was not getting that money. Tamil Nadu is getting that particular money now because Supreme Court has given a notice to the government that please release the money, delink RT in reimbursement from Samagra Shiksha funds. I've already told you a lot of things. You don't have to go into the PhD of this. Just remember the basic rationale, right to education, ensuring that we get equitable education, or we provide equitable education to all strata of society. And Samagra Shiksha subsuming different schemes from pre-primary to senior secondary. What else we have discussed? Samagra Shiksha, since it is subsuming so many schemes, so different provisions of National Education Policy (RTE) are also under this, including three language policy, which created a tussle between Tamil Nadu and central government, which led to all these issues. I am from Chhattisgarh. Here, three language policy is not there. How many languages you have studied, Rashi? I am born and brought up in Maharashtra. My native is in UP. I support three language policy. I have three language, not only speaking in Hindi only. Okay, Mamta. So, how many languages you know, Mamta? So, hope you understood some part of this thing. This will keep on happening. Now, people who are preparing for EPFO, there are many people who keep on asking me, sir, what is important? Less than 2 months are left. This is a very important issue. This whole Samagra Shiksha, Tamil Nadu, central government, three language policy. You know, your National Education Policy 2020 based on K. Kasturi Rangan Committee recommendation. All these things are very important. Revise it very minutely. It has been in news from last 6, 7, 10 months. So yeah, you have to follow it. Solve this question now. Only Hindi and English. Okay, Rashi. So guys, write in the comment section how many languages you people know. Like I am so amazed by, like, I love Northeast. I time and again I keep on going back to Northeast. So I've taught in Assam, I have taught in Arunachal. That's it, right? I've been to Manipur, Mizoram, but I'm not taught there. I want to, but now it would be very difficult. I'm telling you why I will not be able to go to Northeast anymore, because one issue which we have in Northeast is the connectivity issue, internet connectivity issue, and I cannot leave Hindu analysis. I have become addicted to it. So if I have to do Hindu analysis, and net has to be there, right? So now I will go Northeast. Oh my God, this is so sad. So pre-primary education is nursery, LKG, and UKG. So I was telling, in Assam and Arunachal, people have so many, like, I think they're called polyglot. I don't know. They have they know multiple languages, bro. Assamese, Bengali, it's very similar. But don't tell Assamese guy that Assamese and Bengali are very similar. That's a very sensitive issue in Assam. So Assamese, Bengali, Hindi, English, they know multiple languages, man. That's so awesome. So English is not taught as professionals. English, nursery, 5. Okay. So nursery, LKG, and UKG, that is a part of pre-primary education. LKG is lower kindergarten, and UKG is upper kindergarten, guys. Cool. So keeping it. Okay. So Jivain knows 5: Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Hindu, and English. Very good, yeah. Now let's solve this question. MCQ 7. So Jivayan, Rishi, Hannah, Gajanan, Anandu, Harshini, Mamta, all of you have answered the sixth question. I can't speak Bhojpuri, my mother language, own mother language, but I understand. Yeah, I'm a Maithil Brahmin. My mother tongue is Maithili, but I can also cannot speak it rather than just like ki halchal. That means how are you? Because we don't speak that enough, right? So yeah, that is a problem. That's what happens, and this is also one criticism, or this is also one rationale given by people of southern India, that why should we learn Hindi? Hindi has killed local languages in northern India. Hindi has killed local languages. My Mathili, I don't know it. See, because I was speaking Hindi. Local languages in North India. Bhojpuri, people speak Bhojpuri, but even like Pawan Singh and all, Khesari Lal Yadav, they speak Bhojpuri, but the way they have picturized different songs in Bhojpuri, I don't know. Hope you're understanding what has happened. Our regional languages have died in North India. And South Indian people are saying that that has happened because of Hindi, guys. And same thing will happen in South India if you impose Hindi upon us. So it's a very interesting debate. Very interesting debate. You can debate on it for a whole day long. Cool. So, yes, sir. What is the answer? Oh, you people have given. Harshini, Hannah, Jivayan, Rishi, Anandu, Mamta, Rashi, everybody. So, 1, 2, 3. Midday meal scheme is a separate scheme. So, 1, 2, 3 is the answer. Pakistan will get a reply for aggression at Sir Creek. Now, there are some terms which you have to understand from exam perspective. Let's first of all look at where is Sir Creek. So, this is Sir Creek. This is an estuary, guys. Sir Creek, estuary. Debated region between, and from here, if we capture, if we want to go ahead, we can capture Karachi also. We will not do that. India is not Pakistan. Karachi is a commercial hub. Like if you capture Karachi, Pakistan is done and dusted. So again, we are not doing that. We are not Pakistan. Okay, Operation Sindoor was a protective measures initiated by us. Let's focus on the topic what we have to discuss here. What I wanted to tell you was that Sir Creek is an estuary. So what is the basic rationale behind an estuary and delta? How are estuaries and delta different from each other? So these are the things which are important. Estuary, delta. So history means geography, estuary and delta. You people can also tell in the comment section. No one is talking about Central India. I can understand, Rashi. So estuary and delta, what separates them? So delta, what happens? And please understand, this is about two people, A and B. They are coming together. Here we have to understand who is the dominant entity. So sometimes let's say there is Rishi. So Rishi, before he was a brahmacharya, he was in a relationship with a girl. Her name was Rishika. So Rishi loved Rishika. So A and B entity, please understand this. Most of the people, they just mug up estuary and delta. You have to understand the basic difference between them. So Rishi and Rishika, in this relationship between Rishi and Rishika, Rishika was calling the shots. So B is dominant here, right? So in this estuary and delta also, there are two entities, river and sea, right? And river and sea, right? So in the case of delta, river is the more dominant entity. In the case of estuary, sea is the more dominant entity. What do I mean by that? So when you see delta formation by Ganga and all, so what is happening? Ganga is meeting, let's say, Bay of Bengal, and they are meeting with the ocean, they're meeting with the sea. So when they meet with the sea, what will happen? They will deposit their sediments. So a river is depositing their sediments on the seaside, wherever they're meeting. So river is a dominant entity that will lead to creation of delta, fertile plains. Estuary, what happens here? Sea is mixing with the river. Let's say you talk about estuaries created by Narmada and Tapi. So Narmada, Tapi, these rivers, they create estuaries. So in this scenario, sea is mixing with Narmada and Tapi river, at the meeting point. Sea is the more dominant partner. So sea salt water will mix into these rivers, and that's why estuaries are brackish in nature. Brackish means they are salty in nature. Hope you're understanding where we are going with this. It's all about who is the dominant partner. Whether Rishi is the dominant partner or Rishika is the dominant partner. People, did you understand the basic rationale between estuary and delta? How they are different from each other? Generally, east flowing rivers form delta, west flowing rivers form estuary. That's a factual information, Harshini. Very good, yeah. And why do they do that? Because again, estuaries and delta, they flow through Rift Valley. This is again geographical concept, but I'm just telling you the basic rationale between estuary and delta. It's about who is more dominant, Rishi or Rishika, A or B, river or sea. People, Chepandis, are you understanding what is happening here? Estuaries, they are brackish in nature, they are salty in nature. Very good. So now Pakistan will get a reply for aggression at Sir Creek. They are doing something in the adjoining areas. Rajnath Singh sir, whom we know as the Kadi Ninda guy. There was a time when he used to do a lot of Kadi Ninda. Kadi Ninda means excessive criticism. Something used to happen. He was like, I am doing Kadi Ninda of this. Very good guy, awesome guy. So he is talking about a route to Karachi passes Sir Creek, and that's why I told you. If we control Karachi, Pakistan is Goa gone. Oh my God, it's their commercial hub. So again, but we will not do that. Singh sir is saying that India will. We can do heavy loss, we can inflict heavy losses, but we will not do that. In the meantime, what we can do with Pakistan, we'll play cricket. That we can do. Other things we will not do. So Singh boy, again, you can read all these things. I'm not reading these things. I have told you the basic things which are important from exam perspective. That we will not, you know, do war with Pakistan. We will not capture Karachi. We will instead play 3 cricket matches on 3 Sundays. So India's military capabilities, their Operation Sindoor was not aimed at annihilating Pakistan. We were countering terrorism, guys, and that is the basic thing. But please understand, Sir Creek we are talking about. It's an estuary, it's not a delta. We have just seen what is the difference between them. Where is it? Run of Kutch, contested between India and Pakistan. And again, something is happening there. Now, this point, case study. Let's take a case study. And you have to understand where I'm going with this. India's secularism. In previous Hindu analysis, we have discussed India's secularism, how India's secularism is different from Western secularism. We don't maintain strict separation between religion, like we help minority religion as much as we can do, but we are secular. We are not Pakistan. We don't have one particular religion as a state religion. Now let's have a look at this particular thing. Adbhuj Singh performed the Shast, and remember this is important. This things has been asked by in different interviews already. So let's say a minister, and not a small minister, and you should have a view on this, guys. You cannot take it lightly. Defense Minister of India, he is doing a Shastra Puja of upgraded L-70 air defense guns with Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi present. India as a country, we are a secular country. Should we be doing that? Shastra Puja. This is a promotion of which particular religion, guy? I mean, I hope you can understand where I'm going with this. Should we do that? Yes, in Hinduism is a majority religion. Should state demonstrate a particular religion like this? I'm a Hindu guy, guys, so please don't kill me. I'm just telling you. Like, does secularism has any meaning in our country, or we can do it because our secularism is different from Western secularism? Hope you're understanding. And I want your views. By the time we are done with this discussion, write an answer, or if you're part of my mentorship or anything like that, you have to give me an answer to this question. Should we do this? Is this good? Is this good for our secularism? And should we keep on doing it, or do you think it can make minorities vulnerable? This is not done, and this is not about any guy doing it. This is about defense minister doing it. We have to do it. No, sir, the soldiers from other religion might feel alienated. Gajanan is saying that we have to do it. So again, very important issue. You have to have an opinion. If you have an opinion, you have to write it, because these are the case studies which you have to be ready for in ethics. Very important issue. Very important issue. So yes, have a discussion on it, guys. I don't care what will happen to me, and that's why I'm doing Hindu analysis, because I feel like I can give you some perspective. Doesn't matter what happens to me in the longer run, because this is a risky area I'm venturing into, but I don't care. MCQ 8. No, sir, it's like promoting one dominant religion. Okay. We are not Pakistan, guys, right? So Hannah, Harshini, all of you have given the answer. Rishi has given the answer. A delta is formed. Now we know Sir Creek is not a delta, it's an estuary, right? Based on that, we can eliminate the option. And we eliminated the option. Third is gone, right? So the answer is A, 1 and 2 only. So yeah, who answered it? Hannah, Harshini, Rishi, Mamta, Jiva, and Rashi, all of you have tried it. Very good. Sir Creek is not a delta, it's an estuary. Rest all you can see. And which of the following characteristic is common to estuaries? We have discussed about Rishi and Rishika. Rishi, do you know any Rishika? Rishika is such a good name, man. Rishi is also a good name. So yeah, dominant partner. Higher public dignitaries like PM, Defense Minister can deter showing open religious practices as they hold constitutional offices. Oh my God. The way you have articulated, Harshini, I understood the point. It's a sensitive issue, guy. If we again have a look at this thing, I will urge you people to have a discussion on this Shastra Puja and 70 guns from case study perspective, from India's secularism perspective. It's an important issue, has been asked multiple times in different exams, so you have to be ready for it in interview or in ethics case study. Should a secular country like India perform this, or should we not? Are we becoming more closer to Pakistan when we are doing it? Open show of Islam and all in Pakistan, open show of Hinduism in India. So again, I don't know. I have no views on of my own there. So estuaries, brackish water with mixing of salt water and fresh water. So this is the feature. Then page number 15. Herders struggle against China's Great Green Wall Drive. Before I tell you this whole Great Green Wall Drive, let me show you something. So there is a country called China. There is a desert here which is known as Gobi Desert. Why it is called as Gobi Desert? Because people of this particular region ate a lot of gobis. You know, gobi, cauliflower, and there are different gobis and all. I don't know whether it's called cauliflower or which flower. What is the English name of gobi, guys? So they ate a lot of gobis in this region and made this region desert prone because they cultivated a lot and drained all the water, just like the things happening in this valley region. So it became Gobi Desert. Similarly, in China, there's another desert which is known as Taklamakan Desert. Oh my God, you have to locate these deserts. Why it is called as Taklamakan? Because there was a Takla guy and he built a makan here. That means a house. And he stayed here and he named after his house. Taklamakan. Takla means he was a bald guy. So Gobi Desert, locate Taklamakan Desert. So this Gobi Desert, this was expanding in the Mongolia region. There's an Inner Mongolia region in China. Don't go by the name, it's Inner Mongolia, but major portion of it is in China. So to prevent the expansion of this Gobi Desert, China is doing this Great Green Wall thing. Rishika, his sister, oh my God, Rishi, I'm so sorry for that. So Great Green Wall Initiative to prevent the spread of this Gobi Desert, in a way to prevent the spread of desertification. Now, if I ask you one thing, we keep on talking about different organizations, right? UNFCCC, UNCPD, UNCCD. We have discussed this, we'll keep on discussing it. So which particular organization's objectives are most met by this Great Green Wall? So now Great Green Wall has already started showing result, guys. There is a Kubukki Desert in this Beijing, like in China region, which is already, going like it's minimizing, and the impact of Kubukki Desert, the soil, wind erosion, and its impact, desertification, it has minimized to a certain extent. So all these things are awesome things, right? So Great Green Wall looks like a good initiative, but let's see the bad side of it. The bad side you can only understand if you're looking at the map. The bad side is Mongolia. Your favorite Genghis Khan, Mongols. You people love him, right? Genghis Khan, Mongols. Mongols, these guys are what? This region is known for what? These are herders, right? These are generally grassland region. Why Genghis Khan was never staying in his own place and he was running and ransacking here, there, and everywhere? Because they don't have anything here, guys. These are all grasslands. They don't have enough rainfall. You talk about tropical and temperate and all these grasslands. Because they did not have anything here, and they will not eat grass, right? They're not Pakistan that they will eat grass and they will make nuclear weapons. So they cannot eat grass, so they have to go from this place to different regions. So basically, they're herders. Now they have issue with this Great Green Wall. Many of these people who are living in China and the Inner Mongolia region, they have problem with Great Green Wall because now Chinese people, like Chinese government, they are preventing them from doing herding or from cutting grasses and all those stuff, because this is against the basic rationale of Great Green Wall. So this is the negative impact of Great Green Wall. Hope you are understanding. Very good, Harshini. Harshini is such a good girl. Who's a good girl? Harshini is a good girl. So let's focus, guys. Let's focus on the article. So even in this awesome article, in this awesome initiative, we don't like China, although currently we have started liking China because we don't like US anymore. But this initiative is good, guys. Now we have also seen the negative aspect of it. Student work on green project in Kubukki Desert. They can ask you, where is Kubukki? So I have shown you 3 maps. Via that, I have told you everything. So Inner Mongolian herders, Dodge is upset that his herd can no longer graze freely. So this is the restriction of the Great Green Wall. And a long-running anti-desertification initiative, UNCCD, United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification campaign, has greened over 90 million hectares of land, including Kubukki Desert. Such a cute name. Government promotion, Xi Jinping, whom Rishi used to say 11 Jinping. He has also placed to increase forest cover, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's a homework, guys. You have to find out India's forest cover, current forest cover, according to ISFR report, and China's forest cover. This is your homework. Find out China's forest cover. Standard is 33%, right? Why 33%? Green India Mission. Why do we have this 33% demarcation? The rationale is there is no rationale. We have discussed this thing also, I think, earlier, that we need to have 33% cover. And who gave it? Britishers gave it to us. In Europe, in European mainlands, they had this 33% forest cover in their countries, so they imposed it on us. This regarding the fact that they are lying predominantly in the temperate region, we are lying in the tropical region, not exactly totally, but hope you can understand. So things can vary. It's not the exact same topography. Europe does not have the same topography as India has. So even we can do with 30% forest cover or 35% forest cover. Why 33% forest cover? So this is a colonial legacy. Please understand this. There is no environmental book or this and that which is saying that we should have 33% forest cover. You will not see it anywhere and everywhere. Cool. So planting in Inner Mongolia has reportedly created jobs, helped alleviate poverty. All these things have happened, but the herders are not happy of that particular region. We have discussed Gobi Desert, Taklamakan Desert. I love those names. I love how they name these deserts. Gobi Desert, Taklamakan. Cultural consequences. For ethnic Mongolians, the practice has disrupted traditional. So what were you people thinking? Do you think I was lying about the origin of Gobi and Taklamakan? I'm not lying, guys. That's the reality. Those stories are the truth. So again, read all these things we have discussed. This criticism of beneficiaries. Project primarily benefits the Chinese states and companies, not local Mongolian communities. So this also tells us that sometimes when you're doing certain stuff, why you have to involve local community. These things, these herding, these grazing, they're doing it for like hundreds of years, guys, thousands of years maybe. You cannot just disrupt it. You have to take into account that a middle path has to be followed. Ashtangika marg, Buddhism, visa lane, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditation, or right concentration. Something has to be done here. You know, let's solve some question. Good morning, Ranjit. Guys, do one thing. Okay. So Kubuki result. As we do always, 12 questions. As we do always, 12 questions. So this is again a homework. Which of the following interventions are suggested for safe e-waste management? Have a look at this. Try to solve it. If you know the answer, post it in the comment section. Otherwise, we will discuss it tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. You can post your score, how much you have got, and you can get these Hindu analysis PDF, which you keep on asking me here, there, and everywhere at 199 per month. Thereby, this will help you in your revision. This will help me as well. If you are writing answers, you can send it to me for evaluation. If you have any doubts related to calendar or any chapter, if you're having issues in CSAT, you want to study any particular topic for me for an hour or two, you can take doubt sessions from me. History mains complete material, you can take it at 14999. History through NCRT series from class 6 to 12, chapter wise, you can take it from me at 1999. Very good. And this should be your motto in life. Never ever compare with any other person. Compare with yourself. Give your best every day. Things will happen on their own. Things which you cannot change, they will change on its own. And you can also donate, guys. It's buffering. I can see myself. Am I clearing, guys? Can you people see me? Am I buffering? Yeah. Thank you, Jivine. Am I buffering, guys? Am I buffering? Am I buffering? No, I'm not buffering because Rishi has written. So thank you, everyone. I will see you people tomorrow at 8 a.m.